Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this exciting session on ads that click to WhatsApp. Before we get started, I'd just like to mention certain housekeeping items. Rupa, Kushal, and me will be taking the questions, so please keep them coming in the Q&A section on the webinar. I would request everybody not to put them in chat because we are specifically looking at the Q&A section to address any questions you have about ads that click to WhatsApp. We'd also be taking a short poll at the end of the demo just to gauge your feedback and help us improve our webinar series. With that said, I'm very excited to introduce to the audience Kushal Soni. He comes in with a stellar experience in digital marketing, and he's the co-founder of Socially and the Creative Dukan. Kushal is gonna talk about the importance of ads that click to WhatsApp and also prove his point using some examples that he has for us today. With that said, I would like to pass it to Kushal. Kushal, over to you.
Thank you so much, Varun, for the introduction. Yeah, hello everyone. So here today we are going to discuss mostly about the case studies which we have worked upon for we are working with around 60 plus brands, and in certain brands where CTWA campaigns were experimented initially and thereafter scaled to a nature where we got considerable good results. So so we are going to share those case studies and also the best practices that everyone can follow to optimize the results. So as a marketer, coming up to the first thing that as a marketer, we usually got this kind of challenges in two different industries. One is B2B, where solutions are unique. Just by doing a lead generation campaign was not we are not getting good results. At the same time, emails are getting redundant, and most of the B2B companies use email marketing as primary method of outreach. So here, where it gets only 20% open rate, so 80% of the targeted customers are unattended. Second is B2C, where customized products or services comes into play, that consultative selling helps, but most of marketing methods are monologue kind of stuff where there are no two-way communication. So all the customized approach or consultative selling comes into play, it fails. Second, brand loyalty is something that every brand is facing. There is always a dipping point right there, and it's decreasing day by day. So until and unless a personalized touch is available, till that brand loyalty cannot be increased. So to solve these challenges, one of the method that works better is using WhatsApp, and that too in a scalable way. And one of the things that can be used better is CTWA campaigns, where ads are shown, and on clicking on the ads, people reach to WhatsApp, and from there chat can be done either by a bot or a human agent. Live agent can connect and convert the customer by consulting them about either for the service or products. So how exactly we use this CTWA campaign to optimize the results? Let me show you with the help of 3 case studies. So these 3 case studies is specifically focused on on why it worked out. One of the things that every marketer should use CTWA is it helps us to personalize the message. So that is, personalization is something that that works very well in CTWA. Also, customer gets quick response. Almost so in certain campaigns, 90% open rate were available. At the same time, this campaign is possible to scale. So many businesses refrain using CTWA when there is a notion that it's not scalable. But with the help of tools, BSPs like Interact, this kind of campaigns can be scaled. Moreover, It definitely helps us to increase sales by giving good conversion rate, and also it's measurable. Varun will help us to go through how exactly it can be measured with the help of interact panel. And at then definitely when there is a personal touch in seamless transition can be done, and or complete customer journey can be done on WhatsApp, then definitely there is a increased brand loyalty as well. So coming up to the first case study, where this was an interesting thing, like a pathology lab chain where we are working. They were getting maximum results from 25 to 45 age group, and they were getting converted through mobile application for a test booking, and through their e-commerce website. But the prime audience, or the audience which was giving highest average order value, was 45 to 60, which had very low booking rate. The reason was they were not friendly to be connected through website, or using the app was not that user friendly for them. So, to solve this challenge, we tried this CTWA campaign for this particular lab chain, where a simple message, as you can see on the left side, like drop a hi on 812.813.0000, and when you click on send WhatsApp message, it reaches to WhatsApp, where one needs to select the language, thereafter the location, and they can select the package or even upload prescription. So this worked fantastic out of a understanding. Even we got maximum upload prescription. So we found that people who were refraining using mobile app and e-commerce website, when they got an option to get connected directly on WhatsApp, it had the conversion rate go very high. And we saw this were the results, like the cost per acquisition decreased by 30%, and the big change was we were getting 26 conversions a month, which increased to 834. So a humongous change in the number of conversion were received just by using a single campaign, and also in a way to in a way that people can use it in a consultative way. So your list messages were used, and also an option to upload the prescription. And the third thing where live agents were placed, so that if there is any query and if they want any help, then they can definitely ask for it on time, and get they can complete the purchase. Second one is D2C, where this is an e-commerce website, Creative Dukan, where we sell creative merchandise like creative laptops, sleeves, funky laptop bags, and other stuff. So here the challenge was on the place where personalization, custom design was an angle where we were struggling, that Mac orders were not coming on the website. Max users were reaching on customization page, but they were getting blocked. The reason was they were not comfortable to understand that whether my design will, how exactly my design will look, whether this design will work, or if they had multiple queries. So, and that was not possible to get it solved just by making page in an optimized way. So here there was a personalized touch that was required. So we tried this kind of campaign, like get your design printed, just upload your design, send WhatsApp message, and they were chatting with us by sharing their list of by uploading the design directly on WhatsApp, or asking to put on just content on the design. So uh, even there are smaller queries, like how, what is the material that will be used, what are the sizes that would be comfortable for my laptop. Certain queries were getting solved, and we got some good results here as well. It was like 2 times ROS for this customized laptop bags and customized laptop sleeve bags. We got 2 times higher ROS. And one more thing, where we were getting 5 orders a month, that also increased by almost 3 times. So here we can learn that even when a customization, when a customer needs a helping hand, then this kind of campaigns really work well. Third case study is about a clinic. name is Curves and Cure. They are into cosmetic clinic. The challenge was acquiring international patients. So this brand was we were able to convert maximum domestic patients, but when there was a target to convert acquire international patients from Africa specifically, so we were facing two challenges. One was the change of time zone, and second one was language. So here, by doing a lead campaign, the conversion rate was really less, and at the same time for the website conversion campaign as well. But when we tried this CTWA campaign, where people where the receptionist used to initiate the chat with the customer, and once it is a qualified lead or a qualified patient, then doctor used to chat from the same window. So that helped us to reduce overall CAC by 34%. And secondary, the conversion rate was also way far higher. At the same time, even we got certain insights that helped us to further optimize the campaign by doing by inquiring with them, by having a Q&A session, by asking relevant questions and getting relevant answers as well. So overall, conversational marketing is something that breaks lot many obstacles, which usually comes into play when we're doing a traditional marketing. Here, we found that these are the 7 things that we learned out of running multiple campaigns for almost 60 brands. Okay, so these are the 7 key things. First is uh, first we should know that what is the target audience. If people are looking for consultation or if they are chat friendly, and that is the perfect target audience to run to target for CTWA campaign. Second, creatives should be catchy and conversational in nature. Second, a third is when first message is thrown to them, it's an icebreaker message. It should add value and should not look repetitive and as mentioned. It should not be the same as it is into the caption. Fourth is there should be a call to action at the end so that people can click on it and they should know what next to be done. Fifth, it should be optimized for mobile communications. At the same time, targeting should be specific to mobile only. Sixth, different messaging strategies should be reached. Should be there should be A/B testing to be done so that we can find the what are the best icebreaker messages, what are the best creatives and works for conversational marketing. And the last is definitely we should not spam users and make the journey simpler by following WhatsApp business policies as well. And so overall, this were the thing. How Interact helped. So these campaigns were scalable in nature. We used multiple things, out of which 3 most important thing was enabling auto replies in Interact. Second, using the chat flows so that whenever our agent is not present, at least they can take certain actions and reach out to the specific target where we want. And the campaign performance was visible in the Interact panel. So that helped us to further optimize the campaigns, because unless and until we are not knowing what exactly value or what value we have derived out of these campaigns, we would not be able to scale this campaign. So these were the 3 things that helped us to scale CTWA campaigns with the help of this Interact panel. So that was all from my side. Over to you, Varun.
Thank you, Kushal. One of the things which we are observing is probably the number one question is how to set up these ads. Why don't we get right into it? Before we get started, I think this is a fairly new feature released by Meta. So maybe I'll just take 20 seconds talking about what is CTWA, right? It's a new type of ads which you can launch as a business. And the beauty about these ads is that they directly take the customers from your Facebook or Instagram post into WhatsApp, right? So if that happens, now you have the phone number of the user with you, even if the user does not make a purchase or user does not convert. And I think that creates a really great value proposition, because you can re-engage these users. You can probably understand if they convert at a later stage. And those are essentially the missing pieces of the puzzle that Interact can help you with. So with that said, let me quickly get started into how do we set up CTWA campaign. The process is fairly straightforward. It's very similar to how you would set up a Facebook or an Insta campaign today. So I just have our ads manager open in front of me. You just have to keep in mind a few steps for CTWA option to show up. So obviously you can add campaign name. The first important step is you need to select the objective as engagement. If you don't select objective as engagement, then you won't get the CTWA option down the funnel, right? So we just make sure whenever you set up a campaign from your Facebook ads manager, the objective is engagement. Once we select the objective, we can obviously select other settings. I think these settings are fairly standard. You can customize them basis your user segments or your brand specifics. They don't have any impact. Because this ad type was engagement, I think you can select click to message here. And in click to message, we are obviously selecting WhatsApp. In case your store does not have WhatsApp connected with your Facebook page, this section will actually help you how to connect it. It's a simple redirection link where you add your phone number, put an OTP, and then your phone number is connected. But once assuming that you have figured out, okay, what's my budget, which audience I want to engage with, what sort of placements I'm looking at, you can go on to the next stage, which is the ad set, right? So let me actually. I've already created an ad, it looks like. So let me do one thing. Let me go to an ad set where I can show you. So selected one. So I'm just gonna show you an example. Okay, here's one, right? So click on edit. Ad set. Sorry, folks. 1 minute. Let's pick this. So this is another campaign that we set up. So once you go beyond the ad set step, you will see this option, which is again fairly standard. This is something that you use for your Facebook and Insta placements. What you're gonna see differently here is, like Kushal said, do make sure your creative stands out. You're giving the call to action correctly. Those things are very, very important for these ads to work. But one difference that you will probably see is this section, which is the message template. And I'll get to what it actually means. So the beauty, like I said, of these CTW ads is that the moment user clicks on an ad, they actually land on the WhatsApp of your brand. So the moment they click on the ad, this is what they will see in their WhatsApp phone. And then from here, they can select some of the options you're already setting up for the users. These options are called icebreakers, right? And this message template is essentially where you set up your icebreakers. So as you can see, you can add up to 5. You can set up these icebreakers. And once these are set, you can take your campaign live. So, again, just summarizing, it's a simple 3-step process. Set up campaigns exactly similar to how you would set it up for the Facebook or the Insta ad, but just make sure that the campaign objective is selected correctly. And then on the last step, you are selecting the message template correctly. So these two are very important steps because they kind of make the life easy for the users to start conversing with your brands. Now, once the user has started this conversation, how do we kind of engage with them? So there are 2 ways you can engage with the users to take them deeper. The easiest way for your brand is to have a live agent respond to them, right? So one way to do that is, as you can see over here, I clicked on an ad 30 minutes ago. So the way Interact helps you here is, for an agent, Interact will explicitly let you know that, hey, this user has come in from an ad. For the agent, they can also look at the ad which the user clicked so that the context is clear. So I clicked on this ad and this ad got me over here, which is very useful information for me as a customer support executive. And then you can now re-engage the user. You can answer their commonly asked questions. In case these customers are interested in making a purchase, Interact obviously has features to help you out with creating orders or sharing products with the customers, collecting payments on their behalf, on your brand's behalf. So this is one way how you can make the best use of CTWA ads. Another way that we can make use of is set up some form of automated journey, maybe answer some commonly asked questions so that the user is not left out. They get some quick answers at their end, and then obviously that acts kind of an automated workflow. So we have a short video just to show how that experience will look like. I created it for Interact. So essentially, this is how the journey goes. You will see an ad. Obviously, the ad will land the user on the options. User can select one of them. Now here we can make use of auto replies, which are like automated FAQs. And you can use these to take the user deeper into the journey before they decide to either connect to an agent or they decide to drop off. But because they have engaged with your brand, you can now choose to re-engage. So here, basically, if somebody expressed interest in Interact, we share a few basic details with them. We also give them the sign up link. And then after a delay message, we kind of ask them if you're interested or, if you'd like to opt out, so on and so forth. So you can set up these small journeys on Interact, and, we also enable you to track these journeys and track the campaign performance. So let me just kind of get right into it and show you how that's possible. If you are on advanced plan on Interact today, we have this feature called Ad Performance Dashboard. Now this can come in handy as a brand for you to track performance of all your CTWA campaigns. What we do here is, because your WhatsApp number is already connected with us, we are in a position to track CTWA campaigns on your behalf. Obviously, you can apply different date filters. You can also export this information. But we will give you key campaign performance metrics. For example, how many impressions of the ad were there? How many people did it reach out to? What was the conversion rate, which means how many people actually landed inside WhatsApp and started a conversation? And what sort of ROAS is visible on the platform? ROAS did you get overall from CTWA campaigns? Now you can get this at an overall level, or you can get it at a campaign level. So for a campaign level, all you have to do is just click on the campaign. Here's where we open up a lot of insights for you. So obviously you get these key metrics at a campaign level, but then where it starts getting interesting is we will tell you what sort of icebreakers users clicked on. Now this can be a great insight for your brand to understand if we need to make any changes to the sort of messaging we are doing, or if a particular icebreaker is doing well, do we need to double down on it? Do we need to make any minor tweaks or changes? So we will give you this complete visibility. You can also set up a funnel by tracking either some auto replies that you have set up on the Interact platform, or if any events you are tracking, those can be used to track further user journey. So you can probably set up an intermediary step, or you can also, and then you can also set up a final convergence step, right? So once these are notified, Interact will ask you, okay, let us know how do you want us to calculate ROAS and what sort of time period we should monitor this user for conversion, right? So these settings are available out of the box. These settings kind of determine how ROAS is calculated. But what I am particularly interested in is actually the table that comes at the bottom, because this gives you, our dashboard gives you visibility into who has clicked on that, what's their phone number, what sort of conversation starter or icebreaker they selected to engage with your brand, how far did they go in the journey, and this data is available for you for each of the campaigns that you run, right? So this is where CTWA gets differentiated from FB or Insta ads, because in FB or Insta you will never get customer details, but now you have them available in your CTWA campaign. You can do two things with this information, right? This information can again help you understand where are users coming from. You can export this data in case you have an advanced use case where you want to take this data and maybe put it into your CRM or do some sort of advanced automation, we give you the option to export this information out. Or because these customers have come to you, they're engaging with you for the first time, you can choose to re-engage them. And it's at the click of a button. So you can just click on the send campaign button. What that does on Interact is it will automatically choose the audience for you. So now you will have this audience selected who clicked on the ad. All you have to do is make sure you have the right number of you have the enough wallet balance, and you have the templates approved. But you can re-engage these customers within, let's say, first 12 hours, first 24 hours, which makes it really lucrative to leverage CTWA to grow your business on WhatsApp, right? And this is where we think there is true power of leveraging CTWA. So just to quickly summarize, we went through how to set up these campaigns. These campaigns are set up from FB Ads Manager. You go through primary steps. You need to make sure the campaign objective is correctly selected for you to get this option on step 3. Make sure your ad creators are popping out. They'll get attention of the users or the audience you're targeting. Do not forget to set up these icebreakers. These are very, very important to reduce the friction for the user and to also make life easy for them to engage with your brand. Placements wise, you can do them anywhere. You can do them on FB, Insta, stories, reels, posts. We recommend making them mobile optimized because that's the best experience for these ads compared to desktop. Once a user clicks on one of these options, Interact's inbox will enable you to read these ads, like we said. So you can look at these ad URLs. You can also segment your users basis this ad URLs and campaign IDs. So in case you wanted to go into the user section, you can also filter these users basis any ad URL or basis the tag CTWA. I can show it to you here also because, okay, let me go to the inbox section again. So as you can see, another interesting thing that will happen is if a customer has clicked on an ad, and if I go to the user details section, you can see these are tagged automatically as CTW. So it's very easy for you to filter your users who have come in via ads. You can have a completely different strategy to engage with them and then convert them. So this is available on Interact today. This happens out of the box. And then apart from that, we talked about how you can set up the journeys. They are done using auto replies. And regardless of whether you have an automated journey set up or not, if you are running a CTWA campaign and if you are on advanced plan, we make life easy for you in terms of gauging ROS out of them, understanding metrics at a campaign level, and then obviously giving you the data of the leads that can help you re-engage and convert them, which then becomes very, very valuable. I think that's what we wanted to cover. I know you guys might have a lot of questions, so we wanted to keep some time out for Q&A. But before that, we would just like to run a quick poll, and then we'll get right into the question and answers. One request that we have is please submit all your questions in the Q&A section so that it becomes easy for our moderators to look at them. Maybe a lot of you have the same question, so we can just look at all of them and then pick the most important. Prashik has a question, which is, what if we are advertising for multiple products at the same time? How can we differentiate from which campaign we are getting the lead? So Prashik, to answer your question, like you said on the dashboard that we showed, right? Each campaign has a unique ID, and Interact is able to differentiate campaigns basis this ID. So you don't have to worry about anything. Even if you are running multiple campaigns, we will be able to separate out data at a campaign level. And under each campaign, you will get the list of customers who have clicked on that ad and then started a conversation. So I hope that answers your question. Manoj has a question, which is, we have an auto chatbot, we have a chatbot automation as well, but the quality of customers is not at all good. How to improve that? So Manoj, I think that's a really great question. In fact, we got this feedback from a couple of our other customers as well. So I think the trick there is that you need to experiment with the target audience that we set up during the CTWA campaign. So in the FB Ads Manager, where you select the audience, what happens is, if a lot of time you just select all audience, in that case, it's possible that the quality of customers is not good. Maybe they are not in line with what your core customer or what your user segment is, right? So I think that's very important, and I'm sure Kushal, you might have a few more insights to add.
Yeah, sure. So basically, yeah, this is a generic feedback that we always get, that a lot of irrelevant responses are received. So here, as Varun said rightly, definitely understanding the right target audience who is more friendly over chat rather than taking the whole conversion journey on an automated way. As well, we say that there are two type of journey: assisted and non-assisted. So when the journey is assisted conversion, when someone needs to assist to complete the conversion, that CTWA plays very important role. Also, understanding who are more who need certain queries and research material before getting converted. So that is the perfect target audience. Second is, instead of just directly selling the products, as I can see, certain queries are more about how exactly in B2B industry this would work. So this answer would help to answer both the question, where instead of just directly selling the product, the journey has to be conversational in nature. Okay, where if someone is selling healthcare products, okay, or healthcare IT products, okay, to the target customer like healthcare professional. So the first message could be something, sharing an insight or a case study kind of stuff, where they can click on the ad, and thereafter they can get the case study PDF material right over WhatsApp, and post that they can we can nurture them. After a day, you can send how to use the product. Third day, you can share about further details of the product and pricing, and then about your offerings. Okay, so it's all about making the ads more conversational is the key point through which conversations are achieved, and irrelevant responses or low conversion rate can be addressed.
Thank you, Kushal. Kushal, we are also seeing a few questions around healthcare industry and CTWA. Would you be able to share some insights on how this can be leveraged?
Yeah, sure. So see, healthcare industry has very good potential to use CTWA, because people would not be comfortable sharing their details over website or complete details in one go. So they would definitely need, before sharing complete details, they would definitely look up to what exactly treatments will be provided, kind of stuff. So as we can see that, as we have seen that in healthcare industry, people are more friendly to discuss on WhatsApp. Okay, and so CTWA would help us to get maximum people on board, where we can chat and filter out and also consult them. Okay, so that in that case it works fantastic.
Thank you, Kushal. I think I'll take a technical question. So, which is, how can we get CTWA ad IDs back from Interact dashboard to our CRM via API, so that we can measure effectiveness? So, Mohan, this is something we are actually working with Meta on. Meta is actually we are kind of working together on creating an API that will help us pass this data back, maybe to a third-party system. As of today, I think what we can do is, that's exactly why we have given you the export user data option, so that at least via the CSV route, you can pass this data back into your into any system that you would like. Kushal, maybe there's one more question, which is around, do we really need to, like in YouTube ads, we can target our ads on other videos or other channels. Can we do the same with CTW ads?
Can you repeat it?
Yeah, so essentially, maybe in YouTube ads, you can market your channel or you can market your products on YouTube channels, right? Or other videos. Is there a way to market CTWA ads outside Facebook properties?
So basically, see, Facebook do have their extended list of properties where which is called Facebook network. Other than two key properties, that is Facebook and Instagram. So all the type of campaigns are available in Facebook network as well. So we can say that definitely the inventory size is quite big in nature, where it can be reached. And one misconception usually happens like that, whether this is a very new form of advertisement or there are different new ways of targeting. So the answer is no. All the targeting options that are available in regular campaigns like conversion campaign or click campaigns, all those targeting options are available here also, as well. So the journey of creating those campaign targeting placements and everything remains the same, just the difference is more about way of using this type of campaign and redirecting to the WhatsApp. Is these are the two main differentiating things.
Got it. I think we are getting a lot of questions around not getting this option when running the campaign. So like we demoed, I think it's very important that the campaign objective is selected correctly. If the campaign objective is not selected to message or engagement, I think you would not get the CTWA option when you go to step 3. Because this is a messaging ad and not some other type of ad, that leads to clicks. It's very important that this step 1 is adhered to appropriately. If that's not done, then you probably will not see option 3. I think, Kushal, we also have questions around how exactly the user lands on WhatsApp. So maybe if you want to take that, or even I can take that, I think that would help everybody. So I think we are seeing 2-3 questions around how does this exactly work? Like, where do users see the ad and how do they come to WhatsApp?
So yeah, so it is simple. As you can see, all the sponsored ads on either Facebook or Instagram, Facebook feed, Facebook stories, during some certain Facebook videos, or like on Instagram feed, Instagram stories. So these are the different placement options available. Ads are seen in the same way like other sponsored ads are seen. Just there is an option where when a user clicks on that, instead of redirecting them to a website, in this particular case they are redirected to a WhatsApp number that is given. So and as most of the user here they are using Facebook and Insta app. So once they click on it, there is a change in the app. So the journey is seamless. So the user would not feel it that there is a break in their journey. So it's quite seamless in nature.
Thank you, Kushal. I think Shrey has a question around how can we optimize our target audience since Facebook will not get conversion data. So Shrey, I think that's a very valid question. So again, here Facebook is actually gonna release something called an conversion API by the end of this year, which will allow Interact to pass the data back into Facebook. So this will help Facebook improve their algorithm, and in return, this will also help you better target your audience. But if, let's say, that's not in place, the recommendation is that if you already know certain type of audience that works with your FB or Insta ad campaigns, that might be a good starting point instead of selecting the all audience option while setting up the ad.
Adding to what Varun said, definitely right targeting. For the better targeting, number of conversation initiated can be seen in the Facebook ads panel. So that is one of the metric from which we can optimize which particular campaign is performing better. But when it comes to conversion, it has to be done in a manual way where we need to see interact panel where campaign and against which the number of conversions can be shown. So the way of optimizing the campaign is not automatic in nature, but more of manual in nature right now.
I also want to stress on the fact that because this is such a new product out in the market, uh, we should not, and we probably should not ignore the importance of live chat, right? So in case we are seeing a different audience behavior, or in case we are not really sure about the effectiveness of the ad campaign, I think the best way to drive conversions and get direct feedback is to at least have a portion of the customer speaking with the agents, because a uh, uh, that will at least increase the probability of better ROS, and B, I think it will also give you feedback around what is this audience demanding from your brand, and what would be a better strategy to engage with them. So I think sometimes while we focus a lot on automation and we try to set up very complicated journeys, I think the easiest way might be to just have some commonly answered 4-5 questions and then get them into the funnel so that they can have a more personal and a human connection. I think we are almost at the end of our time. There are still a lot of questions that I see. If in case you still have a lot of questions, I would request that you can just email us and we'll be more than happy to support you, or we'll be more than happy to help you out with how to run a CTWA campaign. I'm just gonna do a shameless plug here, which is and you can email all your queries to us at support@interact.ai. I'm going to do a shameless plug here. We are currently running an offer where we are offering about 4,000 INR of free ad credits for your first CTWA campaign. So in case you want to experiment, you're interested to see how this goes, we are more than happy to help you on your journey to leverage these ads and grow the business. With that said, we will be sharing the recording. We also have a few case studies on CTWA that probably our teams will share, and I think that's about it. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. We hope you found this session or this webinar very helpful, very exciting. We'll be sure to keep you updated about exciting successes or failures happening in the world of CTWA. And we hope to help you in the journey and help you grow your business. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you so much for being the patient listener and asking so many questions. It was interesting.